or two.
Welcome to the ride. It seems you've selected floor 88, our food floor. Hot, ready, and never frozen. I'm sure you'll find it delicious. Now, how many people will be playing? One? Well, let me be the first to congratulate you on winning this game. Are you a first-time rider? Welcome back. We may tease you a lot, but we've got you on the spot. Welcome back. You should be typing in your name now. Yes, thank you. Remember to be all you can be. Again, welcome to the ride, and I'll see you at the bottom.
Time for the show where high culture and pop culture collide. This episode of You Don't Know Jack is sponsored by E. coli Diet Shakes. Drink a shake and flush the slush. And now, please welcome your host, Cookie.
Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Now, I'm no Red Baron, but things often get hot and greasy around here. Well, not really in a good way, though. Well, I hope you didn't fill up on bread because there's plenty of food here. Eat! Eat! Hit your buzzer to choose the value of the next question. I think we can work with that, and here's your category. Cut your food. Don't tear at it with your teeth. Hey, you remember all those crappy products advertised on TV that claim to even make julienne fries? Well, if you were to julienne Julia Child, what would you do to her? Cut her into short, thin strips, cut her lengthwise with jaggedy edges, cut her widthwise into round chunks, or cut her any old way. It's only a TV term. In case you're wondering.
And now that I've julienned her, we'll fry Julia with some ground beef for a few minutes until I'm golden brown.
Hey, buzz into selective value. This one's called Need a quick and easy meal? Eat your young. Okay, prepare yourself. $3,417 is on the line here. And the question is... Anyway, if a headline reads, Mom gets death penalty for coddling kids, which of these did the mother most likely do to her children? She thawed them in alcohol, peeled them with a knife, kneaded them with prongs, or cooked them in water.
Ow!
The correct answer is...
We love you, Mom.
I love you too.
Another way to coddle someone is to cook them in water that's almost boiling. And if you want to coddle who you're coddling, you should boil them in Evian water. Okay, buzz in and lock onto the highest value you can. Coming up. Doc says I gotta eat this. You know, it's never a bad idea to get suggestions on your diet from a doctor. Say you're a maggot living during the 1930s. If you're following doctor's orders, what kind of diet might you be living on? The infected wounds of his patients, the olive in his martini, the cough syrup he gives to kids, or the corsages his nurses wear? Doctors used to use maggots to eat away diseased tissue and help stop infection by bacteria. So eat up. But remember, diet's only half the picture. Make sure you exercise. You know, walk around the block a few times after eating diseased tissue. All right, buzz in for the cash. All right, you could win a lot of cash on this one, or for that matter, lose a lot. Well, I, for one, am very excited. We have a dis or dat question. And this dis or dat questions category is... They're just a couple of fruits. Okay, I'm going to read off 7 people or things, and for each one, I want you to tell me whether it's associated with apples or oranges. answer, you get some cash. And you lose cash for a wrong answer or any you don't get to. Okay, you have 30 seconds to get all of them. And here we go. William Tell is William and Mary. Syracuse. A county in California. New York City. Miami Bowl. Isaac Newton. Only one wrong. Pretty damn good, cowboy. Let's toss that into your total. All right, there it is. Let's keep moving. Okay, hit your buzzer and try to snag the highest value you can. Here's your category. 2,000-year-old leftovers. Here's the question. Say you want to serve the actual body and blood of Jesus at your next dinner party. Which of these would be the best name for your new entree? Assumption à la mode, consommation à naturel, transubstantiation soufflé, or consubstantiation à la king? All right, let's take a look at the right answer. According to the doctrine of transubstantiation, the bread and wine actually become the body and blood of Jesus during communion. It doesn't taste very fresh, though. Kind of like it's been hanging around somewhere for days. Now select the highest value and see if you hit the jackpot. I like to call this category French dining. It's all in the tongue. You ready? Let's go. Imagine that you want to cook a special meal for your lover. Because the French name for it is also a term of endearment, what should you make? Crab cakes, corn fritters, cabbage soup, or coconut macaroons? Watch and learn. In France, cabbage, or chou, is a term of endearment like sweetheart.
Look, honey, shoo, shoo. Hey, come back.
All right, bang your buzzer and grab the highest value. Okay, give it up for When Biblical Tummies Rumble. Let's get going. Say that while sailing around in his ark, Noah stopped at a flooded diner and picked up Adam and Eve on a raft. What would he have added to his cargo? 2 eggs on toast, a bagel with lox and cream cheese, coffee with cream and sugar, or apple pie with 2 scoops of ice cream? Apple pie? What's wrong with you people? Eve made an honest mistake with that apple. Just let it drop already. Well, what do we have here? Adam and Eve on a raft is diner speak for 2 eggs on toast. 2 very naked and sinful eggs on toast. All right, it's time to choose the value of the question. Let's do it. The category is don't fight with your food. Hey, have you ever been to a bullfight? They kill the bull. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I ruin it for you? Suppose the bull, or taureau, were replaced by a Japanese taureau. What would the matador be fighting? A bloodthirsty octopus, a charging fatty tuna, an enraged wild cabbage, or a dangerous water chestnut? In Japanese, taureau means fatty tuna, and it's used in sushi. And after you take in the bullfight, make sure you stick around for the annual running of the puffer fish. Okay, select the value of the questions. Bang your buzzer. Your category is I'm so drunk I'll eat anything. Okay, don't panic, but you've been invited to a party and you've been asked to bring the guacamole dip. Okay, deep breaths. Now listen up. Say that instead of using avocado in your guacamole, you use the avocado's namesake. What will you most likely say when someone compliments you on it? Thanks, I drained the blood myself. I was worried nobody would eat brains. Yeah, I just love chips and testicles. Or you've got some gizzard on your chin. Look what I have here, the correct answer. The ancient Aztecs named the bulbous avocado after their bulbous testicles. Hit your buzzer to select the value you want. It's roadkill time. Remember, when you see the item that correctly connects the pair, hit your buzzer. And that bonus question at the end could mean even more cash. Did you say greased lightning? Just checking. Here we go. Prostitution light and commie color. What's the intersection between these two?
Score!
Punch to the back and painful stone. Spotted horse and exploding Ford car.
Score!
Ozzy Sabbath and Russia's sea. Army's berets and Cato's hornet. Shade of blue and military branch. Skimpy bikini and silly blank. Okay, it's bonus time. What do all the correct answers have in common? Are they all types of beans? Root vegetables? Types of cheese? Wow, was that sucky? Well, they're all types of beans, and you really blew this one. That's what your current score looks like. Let's keep going. Okay, buzz in and lock onto the highest value. Ooh, don't you wish you could go back in time? Here's your category. Licking the platter clean. Hey, you know that rhyme about Jack Sprat who could eat no fat? Well, which of these could Jack Sprat eat? Crudité, schmaltz, suet, or tallow? No. See, schmaltz is liquid fat. Okay, who poured that last cup of coffee? You should have picked this. Jack Sprat could eat no fat, but he could eat crudité, which are just Frenchy raw vegetables. And his wife would just eat the onion dip with her fingers. All right, buzz in for the cash. Okay, you got something. Here's what we're looking at. Each diet. Okay, you know those crazy diets where you can only eat one type of food, like only grapefruit or only carbohydrates or only mammals that hop? Well, check this out. Breakfast, 6 ounces of paint, 1 bowl of chalk, and a 2x4. Lunch, 12 ounces of floor wax, a coal and clay sandwich, and 2 cups of dirt. Dinner, 6 ounces of suntan lotion, 2.7 ounces of deodorant, and 3 crayons. What diet plan does this menu most likely come from? The Alpabulum diet, the Esculent diet, the Pica diet, or the Ambrosia diet? Here's the one you wanted. When you have the desire to eat stuff that isn't food, that's called pica. And after you eat all that indigestible fiber, well, that's called extremely painful. Hit your buzzer to choose the value of the... Hungry for a clue? I bet you are. Here you go. We'll start with the pizza crust, and if I'm feeling naughty, we'll make our way to the sausage. your final score. There it is. So, you think you know sushi? You and your other yuppie-spawn friends think you know sushi. Well, you don't know sushi at all, not a wee bloody bit. Oh, you can sit in your fancy $70 a plate sushi cafes and impress your other human scabby friends and order California roll and think you're the sheep's wool. Well, you're nothing. You're sushi juniors and you make me sick. So from now on, you order sushi the real way, the proper way. You get McLeod sushi, or you don't eat it at all. McLeod's only uses real haggis. None of this simpy-wimpy fish snot. We only use haggis. Good Scottish minced haggis. And if you know it's good for you, you'll eat it too. So stop being a baby doll freak loser and leave that hair mousse alone because you're eating McLeod sushi from now on.
Make your selection.
Time for the show where high culture and pop culture collide. This episode of You Don't Know Jack is brought to you by Inoffensive Eddie's Bland Suit Emporium. Inoffensive Eddie says, if they remember you were in the room, your suit's too loud. And now, here's the host delicious as his name, Cookie.
Nice to see you. Welcome to the game. Now, as we're entering the political arena, let's see some mudslinging out there. Oh, remember, do as I say. This is not a democracy. Hey, buzz into selective value. This one's called You Can't Spell Politics Without P-O-T. Here we go. Say you're invited to a joint session. Who's the guest of honor at this party? The president, the vice president, the speaker of the house, or a foreign dignitary?
Nuh-uh.
Here's what you should have picked. A joint session of Congress brings the House and Senate together to hear the president make a speech. So the president might speak, but he doesn't inhale. Okay, hit your buzzer. I like to call this category, in politics, you must lie like a cheap rug. You know, back when Washington and Jefferson were president, men wore those silly wigs. And Bill Clinton's haircut is always a hard news item, so I was thinking, if Bill Clinton wore the last wig president on his head, with what dashing new look could he impress the ladies? His mane of Monroe, his forelock of Fillmore, his coiffure of Cleveland, or his tousle of Taft? It's just about the only way for people to notice Millard Fillmore. The thing is, if you notice that it's a wig, etiquette says you're supposed to act as if you're a member of the Know-Nothing Party. All right, it's time to choose the value of the question. Let's do it. Here's your category. The Capitol Dome sprang a leak. Okay, prepare yourself. $3,417 is on the line here. And the question is, if it begins raining cats and dogs in the Capitol, from what will the lawmakers have to protect themselves? Temps, lobbyists, reporters, or leftover bills? Damn cat and dog lobbyists, they ought to be spayed. The correct answer is, annoying leftover or stray bills that deal with minor issues are called cats and dogs. But having all those cats and dogs around really covers up the everyday stink of corruption. Now select the highest value. Coming up. He'd make Jesse Helms look like a liberal black woman. Hey, you know how on the Dukes of Hazzard, Boss Hogg is a crooked politician and Roscoe P. Coltrane is a corrupt sheriff? Well, say Boss Hogg runs for president with Roscoe as his running mate. According to the 12th Amendment, what will be true? Bo and Luke couldn't run against them, Roscoe wouldn't have to be a U.S. citizen, Boss Hogg would have to be old and white, or electoral voters couldn't vote for them both. The 12th Amendment states that if the president and vice president are from the same state, then electoral voters in that state can't vote for both of them. What? You want a joke? You think the Constitution is supposed to be funny? Hit your buzzer to select the value you want.
Bingo.
If you're a liar and need a job, consider politics. So L-I-A-R-S, 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 or sign up for law school. Oh.
Welcome to Liars! Now remember, to win cash, buzz in when the first letter of the answer lights up. If you collect all the letters, you grab the cash. All right then, let's go. Yeti is the blank snowman. Come on, what letter does the answer start with? It's Bliss. Ignorance. Mac's first hit single. Lengthwise and videotape. I always say yes to sex. Pastor Prince crime. Did you cheat? Stars of Willard and Ben. Rasp. One more letter and the bonus is yours. Oscar the Grouch's pet worm. Tubular pasta blanketoni. Greg! Blood-sucking parasite. That sucks. You got it. Liars! We got a bonus! All right, there it is. Let's keep moving. Okay, select the value of the question. Spank your... Okay, give it up for... Always a bridesmaid, never the president. And right this way, please. Who died and made the president pro tempore boss of the country? The president, the vice president, the Speaker of the House, or all of the above? The president pro tempore backs up the VP as head of the Senate. He's third in line for the presidency, following the vice president and the Speaker of the House. But don't think he doesn't have a plan for redecorating the executive washroom just in case. All right, bang your buzzer and grab the highest. This one's called... Bring a sweater, it's gonna be a Cold War. Get your buzzer finger ready, here we go. If the arms race had been decided by racing arms, the United States could have won by any of these margins except which? A humerus, a radius, a tibia, or an ulna? In case you're wondering, the tibia is part of the leg, which we use to kick the Soviets' ass. Yeah! You're next, China! Hey, buzz in to select a value. Your category is Swift Justice in the Food Court. Now, everyone knows about the famous landmark Supreme Court abortion rights case Roe v. Wade, right? Well, imagine a second Roe v. Wade case reaches the U.S. Supreme Court. What landmark issue could the case be about? Waterfowl jurisdiction, fish egg rights, green vegetable abuse, or cheese equity? Roe is another name for fish eggs.
Your Honors, I would attempt to show that my client, as god-awful tasting as he is, deserves the same rights as the rest of us.
Okay, buzz in and lock onto the highest value you can. Oh, nice picking. Oh, get out of here! It's time for a dis or dat question. The category for this dis or dat is you win some, you loser. Okay, I'm gonna read off the names of 7 guys, and for each one I want you to tell me if he won a presidential election, lost a presidential election, or both. You're gonna get some money for each right answer, and you're gonna lose some for each one you get wrong or that you don't get to. Okay, you got 30 seconds to nail all 7. Let's do it. Clinton, one, lost, or both? Bush! Perot! Reagan! Carter! Ford! Nixon! Excellent, you got a whole 2 right on that one. I'm sure that'll do wonders to your total. That's what your current score looks like. Let's keep going. Okay, hit your buzzer and try. The category is built like a brick millhouse. You know how Richard Milhouse Nixon said, "I am not a crook," when in fact he was as crooked as they come? Well, what transparent lie could Milhouse from The Simpsons tell the American people? I am not Homer Simpson's drinking buddy. I am not Chief Wiggum's son. I am not Bart Simpson's sidekick. Or, I am not a cashier at the Quickie Mart. Now write it on the chalkboard 100 times. Thing is, I always thought Milhouse looked like Kissinger. I mean, with the big nose, the glasses, you know. All right, buzz in for the cash. This one's called over-the-counter culture. Okay, get out your little round glasses and your tie-dyes, because I've got a little counterculture phrase for you to figure out. Turn on, blank blank, and drop out. All right, which of the following completes this quote? Turn in, turn off, or tune out? Watch and learn. Turn on, tune in, and drop out was ex-Harvard professor Timothy Leary's slogan in the 60s. And then at his death in 1996, Leary urged internet users to log on and sit in while he dropped out. Hit your buzzer to choose the value of the next. Coming up. Color Me Impeached. You know how the book Primary Colors tries to pass as fiction even though it's obviously a satire of Bill Clinton's primary campaign? Well, if the thinly veiled characters in Primary Colors had been named for the 3 primary colors used in video imaging, who would not have been included? President Red, Secretary of State Blue, Senator Green, or Attorney General Yellow? Though artists include yellow in the primary color palette, video imaging uses red, blue, and green as the 3 primary colors. But considering all the bad press, the fictional president's primary colors are black and blue. Okay, select the value of the questions. My fellow Americans, I cannot tell a lie, but I can give you this clue. The land of milk and alphabets. Hey, look at this. If I turn the bowl slightly, I can spell dumbass. Okay, here we go. perfect. Too bad you had no one to share it with.
One is for the heartache.
If you've ever been in love,
Two is for the tears.
or just had to do your taxes,
I'm itemizing the deductions you've taken through the years.
this album is for you.
I've got more than $400 of interest in you. Then I showed her my long form check here.
As sweet as your first kiss,
If you would like $1 of your love
and as painful as your first audit.
to go to my election campaign,
Tax Cuts, the new album by Darren Fick. In stores now.
you should take another deduction for being blind to my love.
I thought about how hard it must have been for him to walk across the gym and ask me to dance, but when I looked down at my bracelet, I thought, what would Satan do? So I said no and set fire to the gym.
Hey, Bob. What are you doing sitting at your computer staring at that screensaver?
It's not a screensaver. It's Big Buck Blast, a new simulated hunting game.
Well, how long you been sitting there?
14 hours, 23 minutes.
Seen anything yet?
No, not yet.
Sounds kind of boring.
It'll be worth it as soon as I get one clean shot.
Huh. Yeah, move over. Got another beer?
Yeah, and help yourself.
Hi, I'm Bert. You don't know me, well, not by name, but you're familiar with my handiwork, as are Madonna, Jodie Foster, and Princess Stephanie of Monaco. If you're a successful single woman who would like to know what it's like to cradle a baby in your arms without a doting lower-income father around, then give me a call. A few minutes later, I'll be right over with a small jar full of Bert juice. I'm a healthy guy. I ain't ugly. Give me $50 and I'll be gone.
Single? Famous? Want to be a mother? Give Bert a call today at 1-800-OH-BABY. That's 1-800-OH-BABY.
Hey, you can even keep the turkey baster. Think of me on the holidays.
I thought about holding the door open for her, but when I looked down at my bracelet, I thought, what would Satan do? So I slammed the door in her face and bit the heads off all the lab rats. Satanko.
It's been 3 days, Bob.
When is Big Buck Blast gonna do something?
I think I see something.
You shot a cow.
I could have sworn it was a deer.
3 days and you shot a cow.
Shut up! That Big Buck's coming. I know he is.
You really think so?
He's got to. It said it would on the box.
Oh, well then I can wait too. Hand me the deer scent.
Big Buck Blast, the simulated hunting game with all of the tedium without any of the fresh air or sunshine, is available at Buster's Bait Shop and Computer Emporium.
Taylor, why aren't those earnings projections on my desk?
Has this happened to you? We can help. We're SkyFib. Using an advanced network of satellites and messaging pagers, SkyFib provides you with instant context-appropriate excuses.
Taylor, I'm still waiting for those earnings projections. Why don't you have them?
Oh, excuse me, my pager. I had to go to Lamaze class.
You're pregnant? Well, okay.
SkyFib can help in any situation.
Honey, Tammy said she saw you going into the bowling alley last night. Weren't you working late?
I was, doing a bowl-a-thon for kids with smallpox.
Oh, honey, I'm so impressed.
And you'd be impressed to know who uses SkyFib.
Mr. President, did you have an extramarital affair with that woman?
Oral sex is not adultery.
Let SkyFib help you today.
But honey, wasn't smallpox eliminated in the 70s?
I just, wanted the kids to have a transmission error. I'm dead, aren't I?
Oh, yes.
Tickets for her and a friend to a Spice Girls concert, $80. An autographed jersey of his favorite athlete, $240. The latest video game system, $150. Surveillance photos of their mom's new boyfriend with another woman, $400. Every other weekend of your children's undying love, priceless. Money can't buy your kids' love, but with Platinum Credit Master, you can charge it.
Hey, what's the matter, Jimbo?
I couldn't afford to keep my cell phone. Now driving without being on the phone feels weird.
Have to pay attention to the road, huh?
Yeah.
Try this.
What's in the bag?
It's a cell phone substitute. Put it on.
I can't see anything with these blinders on.
No?
I see.
It also comes with a 5-year-old child.
How come horses don't have toes? Why do we pee? Who's that? Where are we going? Me.
Wow, it feels just like using my cell
Oh,
phone.
not yet. Do you have a hands-free phone?
No.
Oh, then we have the head-to-shoulder strap. Wow.
How come your head is sideways?
With my head fixed to my shoulder, an incessant noise in my ear, and my eyes distracted from the reality around me, I feel just like I'm using my car phone, but I'm not racking up any airtime.
Hey, we better get to work, buddy.
You're right.
Speed up. You can't see them, but there's some people riding on bikes just up ahead.
Then let's go.
The cell phone substitute, because you don't need technology to be a menace to society.
What's menace to sobriety mean?